Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Let's begin lesson number 12. In this lesson, we will learn about the detached pronoun anti. So basically, all the information that we will have in this lesson will deal with the feminine, like second person feminine. So we have detached pronoun, which is anti, and for that the attached pronoun that is used is ki. Similarly, the relative pronoun, which is allati, already we have learned alladhi, which means who or which, and similarly for the feminine we have allati, and it has the same meaning, who or which. Then the past tense for the masculine, we know that it is dhahaba, that means he went. And when you want to talk about a singular feminine, then we will say dhahabat, she went. So the difference over here we have dhahaba, and here we have the addition of ta as-sakin, which is dhahabat. And also we will see that sometimes the detached pronouns, they can be used for the purpose of emphasis. So let's begin. We have learned already that anta means you, and it is used for the second person masculine singular. And when we use the attached pronoun, we use ka. For example, anta bilalun, you are Bilal. Hada kitabuka, this is your book. Now, if you are talking to a singular feminine, so what do we say? We say anti. So what happened over here? The change that has taken place over here, it was fatha over here, and now for the feminine we have kasra. So we have anti, you, and similarly the attached pronoun will be ki. It will also take kasra. You and your. For example, we say anti Fatimatu, you are Fatima, and hadha kitabuki, this is your book. So the only difference that we can see over here is just the vowel sign. So here we have fatha, and this is for the second person masculine singular, and here when we have kasra, it is also used for the second person, but we have for the feminine singular. In English we only have you, but now in Arabic we can see that we have anta and we have anti, so the meaning will be the same, you. The most important point that we need to remember is both detached and attached pronouns are definite. So they are basically marifa, whether they are used independently or they are used dependently. They are always definite nouns, they are marifa. الدرس الثاني عشر, lesson number 12. كيف حالك يا بنت. Now, as we can see that we are addressing the girl. So what do we say? كيف حالك, with kasra over here. كيف حالك يا بنت, how are you, oh girl. She says أنا بخير والحمد لله. Now the use of preposition be, as we can see over here, and that when you are talking about your health, or when you are just responding to كيف حالك, we also use the preposition be. So it's a very, very important preposition. Please focus on this, and whatever uses you come across, try to write them down. أنا بخير والحمد لله, I'm doing fine and praise be to Allah. من أين أنت, where are you from? So anti refers to the bint, as we can see over here. So because we have bint, which is feminine, that's why the pronoun that we will use is also for the feminine. Min aina anti, where are you from? Ana min Syria, I am from Syria. Now we know that if a noun ends with alif, we cannot put any case endings. We know that this is majroor because it has harf jar min before it. However, we cannot put any endings or any vowels at the end. So it will remain as it is. Whenever a noun ends with alif and alif maqsura, we don't put any endings. Ana min Syria, I am from Syria. Masmuki, what is your name? So now we have the introduction of the attached pronoun. And if you're talking to a girl or a lady, then what? How do we say? We will say, Masmuki, what is your name? And she says, Ismi Aminatu, my name is Amina. And now you know that, like, why Amina doesn't have tanween over here. Does anyone remember why it doesn't have tanween over here? Okay, Ismi Aminatu. So it's a feminine name, and we know that it is mamnu min as-sarf, right? It is mamnu min as-sarf. That means all the feminine names, as we have learned, that they do not accept and they do not accept tanween, and they do not accept kasra, or we call them, as you said, we call them partially flexible, or we call them diptote. Excellent. Aina abuki, where is your father? So now we can see over here, Aina abuki, a very simple sentence. And when we know that whenever we have the word abun, whenever it is marfu, then waw is added to that. Where is your father? Abi huna fil Madinatil Munawwara. My father is here in Madina Munawwara, and we have learned that huna is it's a dharf, it's an adverb, and it is basically used to talk about the place. So Abi huna fil Madinatil Munawwarati. My father is here in Madina Munawwara. Huwa mufattishun fil madrasati thanawiyah. He is an inspector, or he is an examiner in the secondary school. So now mufattish, basically, as we know, the word taftish is searching for something. So mufattish is basically inspector, but when we talk about about this word in the context of the school, then we will say that he is an examiner in the secondary school. Wa aina ummuki, and where is your mother? And now we can see that we have ki because it refers to the bint, and we know bint is feminine. That's why all the pronouns that we will use will be for the singular feminine, second person singular feminine. And where is your mother? Hiya aydan huna. Aydan also, and hiya will be the subject, and huna will be the predicate, and aydan is also it is used as we can see over here. It's not basically, it's not dharf, it's just like object, but inshallah we will discuss about it later. Hiya aydan huna, she's also here. Hiya tabibatun fi mustashfal wilada. Fi mustashfal wiladati, right? Hiya tabibatun, she is a doctor. Fi mustashfal wiladati, in the maternity hospital. Now we can see over here that mustashfa also, it ends with alif maqsura. And as we discussed earlier, that if a noun ends with alif maqsura, then we cannot put the case endings. And it is mudaf, and al-wiladati is mudaf ilayh. She's a doctor in maternity hospital. Now we have the introduction of allati, as we can see over here. وَمَنْ هَذِهِ الْفَتَاةُ الَّتِي مَعَكِ. And who is this young lady who is with you? أَهِيَ أُخْتُكِ, is she your sister? Now let's see over here. Allati, as we know that this is basically relative pronoun, ism al-mawsul, and it means who when we use it for a person, and it means which when we use it for a thing. For the masculine, we have learned that we use alladhi, and for the feminine singular, what do we use? We use allati. وَمَنْ هَذِهِ الْفَتَاةُ الَّتِي مَعَكِ أَهِيَ أُخْتُكِ. And who is this young girl who is with you? Is she your sister? So in English, basically, it is like redundant to use who again and again. If you say, who is this young girl with you, the meaning is clear. But the only reason why I put it here, so that we can see that man means who, and also allati means who. So our purpose is to focus on the Arabic language, and that's why even if the translation sometimes doesn't suit what we have in Arabic, that doesn't matter. Ahiya ukhtuki, is she your sister? La, no. Hiya bintu ammi. Now we know that bint is used as mudaf and ammi is used mudaf ilayh. Hiya is subject and bintu is the predicate. Bintu ammi is mudaf ilayh, and she is the daughter of my uncle. Masmuha, what's her name? Again, ma is ma al istifhamiya, which is used to ask a question. We have learned two types of ma. One is ma al istifhamiya, and after that we will see a question mark, and we know that it is used to ask a question. What is her name? And ha refers to what? Masculine or feminine? Ha. Ha refers to feminine. And here, what it is used for? It is used for bint. Again, we can see over here. Hiya bintu ammi. Masmuha, what's her name? Ismuha Fatimatu. Her name is Fatima. Okay, so what's the difference between ki and ha? We have learned today ki and we have learned already ha. So what is the difference between these two? Ki is used for the second person, and that is in front of you. Excellent. You. And ha means her. Excellent. Masmuha, what's her name? Ismuha Fatimatu. Her name is Fatima. Ahiya zamilatuki. Is she your classmate? So again, it's a very simple sentence. Hamzatul istifham, that is used to ask a question, and we know that after this the question will be either yes or no. Zamilatuki, as we know that it is mudaf ilayh, because we know that all the attached pronouns, they are used as mudaf ilayh. So is she your classmate? La, no. أنا في المدرسة المتوسطة وهي في المدرسة الثانوية. So she says, I am in the middle school and she is in the secondary school. Alaki ukhtan, we have learned in the previous lesson that when we talk about the relationships, we use the preposition li. And we know that when li is used with attached pronouns, it changes into la, as we can see over here. So, alaki ukhtun, do you have a sister? La, no. Ma li ukhtun, no, I don't have a sister. What kind of ma is this now? Does anyone remember? What kind of ma is this? Ma li ukhtun, I don't have a sister. Ma of negation, excellent. Ma an-nafiya, of negation, excellent. So this is the second type of ma that we have learned already. We have learned ma al-istifhamiyah and ma an-nafiya. It is used for negation and it means no, I don't have a sister. Alaki akhun, the next question is, Alaki akhun, do you have a brother? And now she says, Naam, yes, li akhun kabirun wa huwa talibun bil jamiati. I have an older brother and he is a student in the university. So li jar majroor will be the predicate, akhun will be the subject, and it is mawsuf, it's a noun, and kabirun is the adjective. Waw means and, to connect these two sentences. Huwa will be the subject and talibun will be predicate. And bil jamiati is jar majroor. And now please check over here the second use of be, which is basically used for the cities or for the places as well. Wow, this is called waw al-atfi. Waw of atf, that means waw of connection. Basically, it is used to connect two nouns or two verbs or two sentences. These can be nominal sentences and these can be verbal sentences. And this is called waw al-atfi, waw of conjunction. Basically, or we can say waw of connection, which is basically used to connect two sentences. Li akhun wahidun is the first sentence and huwa talibun bil jamiati is the second sentence. And waw is connecting these two sentences. And remember that waw is always connected to the second part of, or to the second sentence. Okay, there is a question. How do we know that this ma is used to ask a question or it is used to negate? So we know that from the context, of course. First of all, if you're reading from the book, You will see that if it is a ma al-istifhamia, if it is used to ask a question, there will be a question mark after that. And number two, from the context, when you're talking to someone, yes, by the question mark, then you will come to know that you are using ma al-istifham al-nafiya. And inshallah, with the passage of time, we will get used to it. وَمَنْ هَذَا الطِّفْلُ الَّذِي مَعَكِ. And who is this boy who is with you? So now we can see over here that طفل is masculine. So that's why for masculine, the connecting word that we are using is الذي. If it is هذه الطفلة, it will be التي. But now we have هذا الطفل, that's why we have الذي. وَمَنْ هَذَا الطِّفْلُ الَّذِي مَعَكِ. And who is this boy with you? هو ابن أخي. هو ابن أخي. So basically هو ابن أخي, and when we connect it, we say هو ابن أخي. He is the son of my brother. And we know it was basically أخ, and then we have ya al-mutakallim, so that's why it has changed into أخي. هو ابن أخي. مسمه, what's his name? And now who refers to? Ibn Akhi, it refers to him. Masmuhu, what's his name? Ismuhu Sa'adun, his name is Sa'ad. So Ismuhu will be the subject and Sa'adun will be predicate. His name is Sa'ad. Okay. Ummuki fil bayti al-ana. Is your mother in the house now or right now? La, no. ذهبت إلى المستشفى. She went to the hospital. No, she went to the hospital. And now we can see over here that ذهبت is used for the singular feminine third person. ذهب, he went. ذهبت, she went. jalasa, he sat. jalasat, she sat. kharaja, he left. And kharajat, she left. So this is what we need to learn and focus on this, that it always has a ta sakina in the end, and the addition of ta makes it feminine. So when you have the past tense, for example, dhahaba, kharaja, similarly we have learned raja'a. So if you want to change it to the feminine, you have to only add ta sakina to that, so it becomes feminine. So la dhahabat ila al-mustashfa. No, she went to the hospital. So alhamdulillah, our lesson is complete now, and in the next lesson we will do the exercises. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.